Oh, it's coffee. Smooth way to start the day, CJ. Very smooth. Hands are all frothy now. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome to another fantastic day here at CJ's Gym. It is... it's like 54 degrees in here, really. Hey guys, check it out. Look what I got. Look what I got on my wrist. Ice on my wrist. I got ice on my wrist. Next to all that frothy coffee, I got ice on my wrist. I got a new Fitbit band, so watch out. Ice on my wrist, ice on my neck, coffee on my hand. You know what the business is. But I hope you're all having a fantastic Friday. Mine's good. It's I woke up thinking I'd just let the dog up for a little and then I'd go sleep on the couch because that's the routine. Just go get some nap time out on the couch. But lo and behold, I wake up and I see that this little bastard threw up all over my comforter while I was asleep. So that was kind of gross. I woke up to a new smell, and well, I didn't go to sleep after that. So we're just here, and we're doing our thing. Today we are walking the full 10,000 steps because now that we have this new ice on our wrist, 10,000 steps before we finish the workout each day. So I'm wearing it to sleep, so I kind of wake up and I have a good idea of how many steps I actually get in before I hit the gym. It's around like 1,200. And today I'm going to the park to meet up with my siblings to play basketball. So I'm not going to do a super intense workout because I want to play today. I want to enjoy the park, hang out with the sibs, do the thing. But yeah, how are you guys? I had a fun time yesterday chit-chatting with Gauther. Gauther was in here and we were chit-chatting for a while. Had some meaningful conversation yesterday. That was nice. Today, really, the plan is to just walk. If people are chatting, awesome. If not, I'm just gonna be on my phone and on the iPad. Been watching a lot of nature documentaries recently. I wanted to watch something about a silverback gorilla just to refresh myself on just how crazy those animals are. And I ended up on a jaded-eyed leopard video. Now I'm wondering if I want to watch more nature stuff or if I want to just be free on my phone, do whatever for a while. But anyway, the goal today, 10,000 steps. Doesn't really matter how they get done. We're just going to do them. And then stretch. We'll do our regular shoulder opening exercises and just do a little bit of lower body lengthening, stretching exercises in order to be ready to hoop later. I'm excited for that. I guess today we'll see how many steps it takes to actually hit 10,000 on my treadmill. I'm gonna run to the bathroom, grab a big cup of water so that I have that on standby, and then we will get started in a sec. Make sure to chat, make sure to say something in the chat. I am very close to making affiliate. I just need some more interaction. So hopefully today we can chat and get that up. I just watched a Ghostbusters song Obi-Wan Kenobi video edit, and it was dope. It's like really dope. Hold there. Just getting into it. Hey, would y'all believe it if I told you my headphones were dead again? Because they are. And that's annoying. Hey, Toby. What you doing? We're slowing down. I mean, like, we're getting our steps in, but today, that's the only goal. So, I'm not super worried about speed. I'm fasted right now. I'm gonna enjoy my coffee. It's gonna be a good day. It's risky, but it's working. I think it'd be cool to just shift that entire setup right here so that mouse or mouse, keyboard, chit chatting, watching videos, not by myself. You guys could see them too. I think that'd be a welcome addition to this setup. I would go out tonight. but I haven't got a stitch to wear. Na, na, na. Today's picture is going to be taken on the treadmill, showing action. Showing action. Let's try and get a if I take 10 seconds of footage each day of just little background things, by the end of, I don't know, a couple months, I would have high quality footage pretty much every single day instead of an hour-long stream, which I know nobody's gonna watch. I wouldn't. If I wouldn't watch it, I probably wouldn't post it. That's kind of my criteria for what I try and put out. That's why I haven't been posting anything, because nothing's inspiring anymore. I think it's really, really crazy how much social media creation has become a new 9 to 5. Because it used to really be just for yourself. Take the deals when you can for yourself. You know, it was like the ultimate become an entrepreneur just from the way you look, from what you put out there. Now, you hope to get enough people to like you so that you can get recognized by one of these bigger brands to push stuff, and that's business. I understand that. I have my fucking master's. I'm finishing this degree, finishing this semester. But there's just really nothing that has shown me more about just what am I trying to say? I'm gonna try and use big kid words for this. The modernization of the 9 to 5. I don't know very many people who go into work at 9, come home at 5. I know a lot of people who have gigs. They go in a couple hours a day, they work from home a little bit, they have side gigs. But I remember when a side gig was like you coming up with your own product or t-shirt, or that's what I used to do. I used to, Shopify, Printful and Shopify. I would just drop ship stuff and create designs and try and make my own brand, I guess. That's what I was trying to do. And now it's like you want to get big enough so that one of these brands sends you something so that you can get an affiliate code. And something about having an affiliate code to me just feels like you're an employee of that place, because the way that people post after they become, partners, affiliates, whatever, it's very strategic. You don't just blow up and start pushing a product. You blow up to a certain demographic, and that's the demographic that they'd like to push the product to. So you're just kind of the vessel. And that just seems like the new 9 to 5 that people aspire to get to, Nothing wrong with it. I don't think, it's just an observation. Look at what I'm doing. I stream every single morning, and I'm actually two 2 good days of viewership and 1 really good day of chatting away from making affiliate on Twitch. And when that happens, I'm pretty sure I can just start spamming ads and trying to figure out how to make more money. But I'm just really happy that I took this approach of just chit-chatting with myself, saying what's on my mind, quite literally just showing up to record the workouts, you know? And I'm almost an affiliate for that. Not because I said, I'm going to do 12 hours every single day until I get 50 followers each day, and I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do it. Like, this is kind of a natural flow. And it's a slow flow, but that means it's natural. Damn, is that a bar? Anywho, very appreciative to all the people who do tune in and check me out. I would much rather have 64 very real, engaging followers than just have my chat rolling like a pinwheel, and I can't read anything, and I can't, you know, like, you're just doing it for the views. Streaming is the new form of commercials, and that's pretty much seeped into short form content everywhere. I could not believe my eyes when I realized I had been influenced so hard. I bought a cast iron juicer. Those things have been on the internet for a while now, and they've gotten a lot of hype, and so I wanted one because I make that ginger tea that consistently uses a lot of lemons. So I figured instead of hand juicing, which I usually do and it takes forever, I would get one of those. And I did. And a couple days after that, my entire feed, you know how people make edits on TikTok to, you know, show off their editing skills, and it's like, do. It's like baby seals in the ocean. And then it just shows like a bunch of cool edits of baby seals. Well, it was that, but for a cast iron juicer. And it was like a really well done ad, or editing job. But it was an ad, because they were selling them on the TikTok shop. And I checked out the account, and it was just an editor. But like, what if he was employed by the cast iron juicing company to edit videos all day? Would he or would he not be making more, getting more appreciative, or getting more appreciation for how much work he put into that edit, rather than an affiliate code or something? Does this make sense to you guys? At a 9 to 5, it is tried and true that you show up, you do what you're supposed to, and you go home. But working for yourself in a lot of situations now consists of putting more effort into anything you've ever done for yourself for the privilege of staying at home for the whole day, 9 to 5, you know? And I just think that's a weird segue from working full-time and, you know, having a steady income to being like, I'd like to try something new. And the smartest people just pick up the phone and start recording themselves, whatever they feel like. But people like me who overthink it and want to be good at it will look up hours and hours of how to make your first engaging short. And then your entire feed is just how to start making videos, when you should just be recording videos on your own. when I was a kid, my entire childhood, we made home movies all the time. My older sister's name is Vanna, and we loved the Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. And so there was one that really memorable to me. It was called Indiana Vanna, and we did a cool scene where she whipped a whip and whipped across a little part of the patio. Who this is? Oh, hey, Gallagher. Welcome back. But making home movies was a big part of my childhood. So much so that when I was 15, 16, I got really into editing on Adobe Premiere. And I had a pretty good catalog of movies, videos. Me and my brother have a pretty good catalog between us of skits, movies, projects. And for a while, I was watching Film Riot. It was like my favorite YouTubers forever. And I would just watch all their videos and try and replicate it, And I didn't have social media, so I couldn't share any of my work. But I just had it. It was all on this laptop. And even if I could post it, I remember doing all this editing work on it, and I just wasn't really happy with it. So I would continuously open that file and make tweaks to it. And eventually it was so far gone from what the basic project was that I didn't care if it got deleted or anything. So I used to be really into gunshots, fight scenes. So we'd choreograph a lot of those, me and my sisters. I got really good at just kind of making gun flares come out of guns and stuff. And so it was cool. It was really fun. It's something I enjoy doing still, and so I still try and record everything. Yep, get my coffee and we're getting 10,000 steps in. Don't I look good? Don't this look like the move? Tell me this don't look like the move. How many steps we at? Take a guess. 3,200. Nothing. I'm chatting, chilling today. We're walking. Today I'm going to the park with all my siblings, and yeah, for sure the move. I'm going to the park with I don't know how many there are. Six siblings. Yeah, there's 13 of us total. So the young ones. We're going to the park to play basketball later. So this is just kind of to get my steps in today, because I know I'm going to go hard in the motherfucking paint. How are you? How's your Friday going, my man? Oh, you looking fresh? You looking freshy fine? That's awesome. What kind of hairstyle you go with? Crew cut, medium fade, low taper? Got the shaggy haircut, man bun. I can't wait for my man bun to come back, dude. I'm so ready. I'm so ready to have my luscious locks back. And so I think I just got my last haircut last week. Yeah, it was getting too crazy around the neck. Low taper mullet. Hell yeah. I'm a fan of the modernized mullet. if done right. I like I think the key is a lot of people just say low, medium, or high based on what the trend is. And the truth is, you always go based on your ear size and how high up it goes against your ears. So when I was in the Navy, they used to make me go get a high skin fade every single week. High skin fade is up here. A medium is around the middle of my ear. If you cut all my hair above my ears, it's gonna look like I'm gonna look like a pineapple, and I have pictures of that I'll post. But so I used to say medium, and even when I used to tell, people who were, yeah, dude, I look like a pineapple. You want to see a picture? I'll pull it up. Hold on, I'll find you a picture of this. It was one of the worst haircuts I've ever had, and I had to stick with it because when you live on the base, you can't go nowhere to get your hair fixed if you don't have a car, if you don't have, So I'm going to show you what a good hair day looked like. Okay. It's going to get a little... You guys are going to get to see some stone cold faces. Alright, friends, I'll bring you in. Watch this, because you're gonna lose your shit. Okay. This right here is a high skin fade, and I was allowed to grow a little stubble because I was on leave, right? Let me see if I can auto focus. Can I auto focus? Come on, friend. Near. Okay, you can kind of see that, I think. Alright, anyway, there's that. Here is a picture of when the lady cut my hair, and I looked like a pineapple for a week, and I couldn't do anything. You see that? Do you see that crime? You see that? That should be CJ's gym cover right there, with the logo above it and all. So, you'll understand me when I say I've never had good luck with high skin fades. So I used to just tell my bosses that when I went to the barber shop, they would just refuse to give me a high skin fade. They would just be like, no, dude, you need a medium. That's what looks professional. And he was like, yeah, honestly, they're right, dude. You can't be walking around with that mop. Because it looked like a mop. And it was fresh cut every week, too. That was the worst part, is every single week I had to go get a haircut. So... fresh pineapple every Monday morning. Walk into work, you just see people looking at your hair. You know you're cooked. Minutes. 4,000 steps. Doing pretty good. I really need to move this TV to over here so I can read your chats as they come in. You're right, I wasn't the only one, but let me tell you this. I had the biggest ears out of everyone in the command by a long shot, too. There was a time in boot camp where after all the drill instructors leave for the night, you're supposed to go to bed. Everybody jumps out of their beds and they're just bullshitting like it's a block party. And when instructors get pissed off and they want you to shut up, they yell, "Ears!" And everyone says, "Open." And then they'll yell it again sometime, "Ears! Open!" And that just means shut the fuck up. Nobody talk. I'll never forget this till the day I die. I was a religious program specialist in the Navy. That was my rate. I never did the job. It's another story, but they made me the RPO in boot camp. Meaning, if anybody wanted to go to service on Sunday, regardless of, denomination, I would just take a tally so I could go let the chapel know how many to set out seats for each, right? For each service. Simple job. That was pretty much what my actual job in the Navy was going to be, so that's why they make you do it in boot camp. So, I'm having trouble telling you all this. This is a good one, too. So, Sunday service is going to happen tomorrow. It's Saturday afternoon in the Navy boot camp, Ship 6 training facility, right? There's about 100 of us. I pull out my notebook because I realize tomorrow is service day. I don't know who's going to all the services. I need to tally them up. I've never really addressed this entire group before, personally, like everybody gets a chance to speak up in boot camp, but I hadn't until this point. I'm bald. My ears are fucking huge. I'm pretty heavy at the time, but I just yell, "Ears!" And it gets real quiet. Nobody yells "open." And this black dude named Reed, I'll never forget you, motherfucker. He was like 6'8". I wouldn't do anything if I didn't do anything anyway. He yells, "Yeah, you got him." The whole fucking compartment bursts into laughter and bursts into laughter. Even my instructors are like, "Damn, got your ass," because friendly fire's on in boot camp. Everyone's rolling for a minute. And I don't know how to address him anymore because I can't yell "ears" again. That's my new nickname. So I just "Hey!" just start yelling. And I don't remember how that night ended. I just remember being in shock after yelling "ears." And someone had that one loaded up quick. You knew they had been waiting the full 2 months so we were going to know each other. It's a wild time. Definitely one of the biggest times I've ever been filet mignoned. And I didn't recover from that. We just all graduated a month later and never saw each other again. And the ones who did know the story, who came with me, I had shit on them too. So I was like, listen, if you don't want to talk about pissing the bed in boot camp, you're not going to talk about the ears story. And they all seem to understand. Now I'm out here outing myself. finish my coffee. I really gotta pee. I'll be right back. Let's get some music playing in the back. Hair reveal of the day. It really was. It really was, Gauther. And you should know, it'll never, ever look like that again. Cha-cha. Talking about this hair reveal? Because this hair reveal, this feels normal. This is my normal look, but I guess I am kind of always wearing this half hat. I have to say, this hat is one of my favorite hats ever, but I don't wear it in public because it's not, I don't know. Oh yeah, I have a fantastic head of hair, brother. When I told you I had a lion's mane, I've had a lion's mane twice. Like, we're talking shoulder length. Let's find another picture. You know what? I think I even have. I'll show you. I'll show them. Yeah, I've had long hair twice, both consecutive times right out of the military. I've had a really big beard. You didn't know me a couple months ago. Okay, this is my favorite. This is my favorite one to show people. You ready? Damn. Call that the Legolas mane. Cause that shit long. Yeah, that shit was. It is stylish, but like when I wear it, I guess it does. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very self-conscious about definitely a lot about what I wear, but like when it comes, I don't know what it is, man. When I was in high school, I used to not be able to wear a hat. Like I just wasn't. I was like, I can't pull off a hat, man. I can't. And I just didn't wear a hat for like 4 years. Because I don't like the way flat bills look on me. I think other people can pull them off. I'm like, what's different about you? But flat bills just make my entire head look like a giant square. And yeah, that's a crazy head of hair. Hold on, that's not even the best one. Okay, so that was the last time I grew it out. The very first time I grew it out, that shit was majestic, yo. I gotta go deep in the archives. Trucker hats. Yeah. Trucker hats. So, here's the issue. I think it was sophomore year. That's when snapbacks and tattoos had just come out. So everybody was wearing snapbacks, but everybody was wearing Nike Elite socks, and that was the new tattoo. So you wore a matching snapback with your socks, and those socks retailed for $20 12 years ago. So I wasn't getting them. The hats were like $35 20 years ago. So I definitely wasn't getting one of them. People would have rotations. Blue, blue, black, black, orange, black. You know, you could match black with all of them. But I wanted a hat for just to have a hat. So we go to the mall, me and my mom. We do clothes shopping at the beginning of the year. You get your batch of clothes that lasts you the year, you know? It's a good system because you grow out of it by the end of the year. And you just get, you know, we would go to like JCPenney. And I was like, hey, Mom, I want a hat. And she was like, okay, pick a hat. So I pick a hat from JCPenney thinking this will be good. Like I'll be able to fit in with the kids wearing snapbacks, you know. Maybe I'll even wear it backwards a couple times. This hat was like a gray canvas bill with black, you know, hat material, just like this one. It's pretty much this with a gray canvas shredded bill. Very floppy brim, and it kind of tilted down on one side for sure. and my head was just suction cupped to it, like it was super tight on my scalp, and it had just just like the monster insignia in black, so you couldn't really see it that well. It was black on black, but it was like a monster insignia. And I wore it once. I just remember it was one of those days where you catch yourself in the mirror. I was wearing a generic green t-shirt that said Nike on it, jeans, so probably a pair of Converse or whatever, and I just walked into the bathroom and I saw this hat drooping over one eye, like Forrest Whitaker, and I was like, this isn't it. I can't pull off hats anymore. And I swore them off. The only time I got confident enough to wear a hat was when I was in boot camp when it was mandated. And I was like, oh, these have function. I do miss those hats. I still have them, but I just miss, like... It was interesting living in uniform. I don't miss it necessarily, but there are times that it was way too convenient to forget. Like, every morning, boots are bloused, shirt tucked in, you got your, your cover on top. It's hot, roll your sleeves up. Hat every day. And you would just like morph, it was like morph to you, like it was your uniform. And it would be, it's just crazy that I still have them, and like, I only wore those for like a solid, I didn't even wear like civilian clothes for I think a full 9 months. I wasn't even able to own them. And let's see, another bomb outfit I remember. Here's how I know I got my confidence about hats. The year is 2017, and the Kermit the Frog sipping tea meme is real hot. And I just graduated not only Navy basic training, but ceremonial guard training. And it's about a week before I know I'm about to graduate, meaning all my restrictions are about to be lifted. I don't have to curfew anymore. I don't have to work out with anybody anymore. And so you're allowed to order clothes online because they finally give you a PO box. Because they figured you passed, so you're sticking around. And I go online and I'm like, my first outfit. Like, this is my first adult outfit. I'm a Navy sailor now. I need to show who I am to these people. The 300 other people who are from different states. So, I go to Amazon. That's where I get all my clothes and everything. And I order just a white blank, just a white t-shirt, and it has the California Republic flag on it with the bear. And I'm like, so people know I'm from California. But by then I was like, I wear a hat now. I can wear hats. So I had one that was just NASA. I got a NASA hat because you can't go wrong with that. And that one looked good. I have some good pictures in my NASA hat. I forgot, I don't know where it went, but it's gone. And then I had a Kermit the Frog hat, sipping tea, but that's none of my business. That's what the meme was. So I had that, and those were, I very rarely buy hats outside of that. Beanies, I like. And I bought this just for the gym so that I could have my microphone near my head, but also look a little stylish. Wouldn't be bouncing around like a beanie would, you know? $5,500 steps. Yeah. There's a beanie hanging right there, because when I'm not wearing this, I'd be wearing beanies. You know, it's funny though, is when you're in the military, you can, if it's cold, like, you have to wear your parka. They give you a beanie that you can wear. It's called a knit cap. And it goes above your ears. And so, it'd be fucking freezing outside. You'd have your fleece on and your parka. And then they'd give you this beanie that was like, it helped, obviously, but like, clearly worst line of defense against the cold. There would be times that whenever you leave, you all have to be in the same uniform. So, and drill instructors get in trouble if you're not. So they're gonna make sure that you know you're in trouble if you're in the wrong thing. We had this guy who just like, when he was given all of his stuff, he just thought it was his. He thought he could wear whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted. So they wake up one morning, and they also give you a ski mask for really cold weather, right? Like, this is the military. Like, the coolest part about it was getting handed all this stuff and being like, this is your issued ski mask. If you ever have to go to the Arctic, you were like, oh shit, like, I need this forever. So, like, you couldn't buy one 5 feet away at the base. But, they give you all your stuff, and this kid gets a ski mask, and he decides he's just gonna start wearing it around his neck, under his t-shirt, everywhere, whatever uniform. And so we're marching, I think it's like April in Chicago, so if you're from California, it's fucking freezing there. If you're from anywhere else, it's alright. This kid was from SoCal, so he was dying. So we're all wearing, I don't know, pretty normal, like long sleeve, no parkas, no beanies, nothing like that. But he's wearing his ski mask around his neck. No one's noticed it. And we're in formation, just standing outside the chow hall, I don't know. He's like, "Ooh, it's cold." Takes his hat off, puts his ski mask on, puts his hat back on, just like nothing. The way that man's asshole got ripped by like 5 different chiefs at breakfast, I'll never forget it. And then when we graduated, obviously all the rules still apply when you're on any base in the military, so, and they get more lenient obviously, but if somebody is out of line, they're gonna let them know. This kid used to wear his Navy sweatpants, which you only wear sweatpants with a sweatshirt. Be wearing Navy sweatpants, a white t-shirt, a backwards recruit ball cap, boots on, just strolling down the street, headed to like the Dunkin' Donuts that's on base. And everyone's like, "Bro, what are you wearing? Like, you're gonna get your ass kicked." And he's like, "Bro, I don't care. I graduated. They can't do anything." Oh, but they could. And they did. Many times. Welcome to CJ's Gym, y'all. If you're just tuning in, welcome to 10,000 steps on the treadmill today. We're just past the halfway point, about to hit 6,000. And man, I just keep having to go pee. Once I hit, you know what, I'll just go now. I don't know why I do this to myself. I gotta go pee. Owie. Got kind of breezy. Went inside. Hardwood floor, like stone concrete floors. And them shits are freezing right now. Not really, but to me, that's what it feels like. What's it to you? Said I wanna be just you. Mr. Beans? What you guys doing here? What you doing, Toby? Say hello. Hey. Do not knock over my stuff.
7,500. I think coffee at the beginning of a long walk is just a terrible idea. Usually, you'd think I'd be wearing brown pants for that reason, but really, I just keep having to pee. Like so much pee. I've been starting the day off with a big cup of water too. Because, instead of just a swig while I take my meds, I'll shoot back a big cup of water. Water and then coffee? Not good for a walk. Not great. What up, Sammy? Things are good. Walking 10,000 steps today, and we are just hitting 8,000, so 2,000 more. I'm gonna go play basketball with my my little siblings later at the park, so wanted to get a workout in, but nothing crazy. How's your day going? Feeling good? Feeling fine? Feeling good, like I should. Feeling blessed. Yeah, I moved just the treadmill over to this side so that one, I could be staring out the window, but two, I cleared up that area over there so that now it's squatting, rings, boxing, and then there's an open area on the floor where I'll probably put a yoga mat. That'll be kind of the stretch and reset center. But the goal is to move the entire computer setup to this ledge. So that while we're chit-chatting right here, I could type, I could watch videos while we're doing 10,000 steps, we could raid channels together, we could do a whole bunch of stuff. Feeling good, like I should. Wow. Saw a ladder and other stuff over there. So, actually, I'll show you. So, this is the full gym area, but then on this wall right next to you guys is kind of my whole tools section. So I have a lot of stuff hanging, but my brother gave me, we went fishing the other day, so I have just kind of some crap over there. It's not a huge toolbox, it's just on a table. But the goal is to just turn that corner with the TV into sort of just a crafting table, and then just keep all the tools over there. I think that'll make it a little more concise. Right now I just have everything that I can't deal with behind the camera. And that works for now, but I'm a tidy person. I like to have things in their own space, so I will eventually get that crafting table spot set up for good, and it'll be nice. My office, I painted that recently, and took everything off the walls, painted, put my desk back in, so the only thing in my office is a grow tent and a desk. And there's nothing on the walls, there's no curtains, there's no nothing. And I have a lot that I want to do with it, but I don't know. Costs a lot, costs money. I don't have a job right now. Gotta be saving. Yeah. What are you saving for? I'm always curious what people are motivated to save money for, because not a lot motivates me to save money. But my gym is one of the things. Like my stream, my setup is stuff that I actively think about when I'm about to buy something dumb. And I'm like, you know what? I could probably do something cool to the gym with that money. It's pretty much how the whole gym came to be, was doom scrolling and seeing how much other people paid for their gyms and being like, I could never. I don't think I could ever pay $70,000 to convert one room into something that you'll probably never spend $70,000 on your life on, like gym memberships. $1,000 a year for 70 years? I don't think anyone's paying that. You know what else I find weird? Is when all these, like when people built the home gym and then they still go to the public gym, like this is just like a last resort. I'm always like, man, I hate leaving my house, but leaving my house to work out, I guess it's for the social aspect, camaraderie, and I can understand that. If you do classes and stuff, I get it. But as soon as my home gym went up, I did not want to work out around people ever again. Strangers. I didn't want to work out around strangers ever again. Oops. Looks like I turned off the incline. I'll take it. Sam, don't worry about the Twitch bot. I don't know why it does that. I don't know why my phone isn't working. Car stuff, martial arts, gym stuff. Like to have a house, full home gym setup. Public gyms suck. Yeah, the music. If you forget your headphones at a public gym, it's a pretty good chance that your workout loses 20% of its effectiveness just because of touch tunes. I believe that. That's not ridiculous. That's not a ridiculous thing to say. headphones and listen to music all the time. I just want to work out in peace and quiet. Yeah. See? I've kind of taken that for granted. Sometimes I'm like, man, it's really quiet in here. No chatters, music's not hitting, all that stuff, but I forget. I used to work at a Planet Fitness, and I was close with the manager. She used to let me close up by myself on Sunday, Saturday night, Sunday, whatever. And she would let me work out in an empty Planet Fitness all by myself. No music. I would flip half the lights off. Just me. 10:30 at night, no patrons. Just lifting away. It's pretty great. Alright, chatters, make some noise, because after I go for this last potty break, 1,000 steps, and then that is it for the day. Be right back. Alright, y'all, let's finish this off. 1,000 more steps to hit our 10,000 step goal for the day. And I don't know if you were here yesterday, but I had this zit on the inside of my thigh. And I can feel it rubbing against my leg. But it wasn't, I think it's just like an ingrown hair. Either way, it's making me very conscious of every left step that I take. Let's see. Should we check out jobs? Should we see if there's any updates? Let's go to our email first. It's making me re-authenticate. I just don't want to do that right now. If it was on my computer, it'd be fine. My pin's saved, it can do that quick. Out here? Shit. Gotta type out the whole message. Uppercase, sweaty fingers, screen blurping all around. By the time I get in there, I find out that they hired someone else. I can't take that right now. Let's just Let's just stroll for another 700 steps. Sam, Gauther, you both still in here? Because if used to, we weren't chatting. I need 3 other people to just keep chatting. I think 5 at a time is what needs to happen. That's what we were talking about yesterday. And I feel like I've had that before. But I don't know. So I haven't seen from my, I have 5 individuals that I would like to be in here at one time who could help me reach that goal. Sam, Gauther, Void, Diana, and Louise. Y'all 5 could help me break this next barrier into the corporate world of media advertising. If you do that, you guys get to watch ads. Doesn't that sound fun? Every time an ad plays, I'll punch the punching bag as hard as I can on behalf of you guys. Just so you know, I'm upset about it too, but also it'd be pretty cool to do this every morning and make something like 30 cents compounded interest. It's gonna rack up. Right on. Thanks for saying something, Sam. Sometimes I'll be like, hey. Oh. Wait, I didn't see your last one. Boils or zits on the inner thigh are annoying. I've been there before. Yeah, this one's brutal. This one's like dark because there's a hair in it. You know he's angry. 500 steps, y'all. Cha, 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 chaga, 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 chaga. But an hour and a half? Holy cannoli. An hour and a half every day of walking. I've seen people lose up to 30 pounds in 3 months doing this. That's why I think I should introduce an afternoon stream. Or maybe I just go super long every day. We'll do 100 leg raises also today after we do our shoulder openers. Those will stay consistent. But yeah, we're going to try and hit 10,000 steps every day. I think we'll try and do the workout 4 days a week and then make the hour and a half long stroll Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that if I want to go out with the dogs, I can take them. If I wanted to stay inside all day, I've already walked 10,000 steps. But on the other days, I can work on. I think 4 days is really all I need of intense work like I was doing 2 days ago. So 4 days of that with 3 days of walking, which are kind of rest days, should be good. I think we should start seeing some cool stuff happen. Since we started walking this week, I feel like my digestion is a lot better in the mornings. Obviously I'm peeing a whole lot, but that's because I drank coffee and water right before this one. But if I keep this up, the key is low and slow too. That's what's throwing me off, is everybody says it's like intense, sweat it out, you know, that's how you'll lose your weight. But when you're in this low cardio zone. My watch was telling me I'm earning more zone minutes. Almost burnt 1,900 calories, according to my watch. We've walked about 5 miles today, total. Yeah, water. Water. I've been pretty good about it. Pretty good. When I was in class the other day, I drank an entire gallon of water before I went to McDonald's just to offset my hunger a little, and it helped. I always eat less and less the more I go out to fast food. It used to be 2 McDoubles, 2 McChickens, and like a 10-piece with a drink. That's what I could eat. Now, it's like a number 2 and a drink that I'm definitely not gonna finish. But I always get a McDouble or a double cheeseburger because I love how small those 10-to-1 patties are. And they remind me of when I worked there. So I'll eat that one on like the 30-minute drive home, and then when I get here, give the food to the lady. We sit down and watch our show. But that's because I eat at like 9 a.m. on Wednesday, and then not again until late. Oh, UPS texted. Right on. All right, y'all. Count it down with me. 100 more steps. Too much caffeine is not good, though. Yeah. I'm down to 1 cup a day. 1 cup of caffeinated beverage a day. I don't do energy drinks anymore. Just coffee, a little bit of unsweetened cream. And then I usually go straight to breakfast after this. But water is life. 90. My watch is slow. 912. 9,914. It's coming out to about an hour and a half on the dot. $50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. I will read that right now. There's our notification, y'all. 10,000 steps, our entire step bowl done. Why do I keep doing this? I have a camera right here. It's great. It's a good camera. I paid a lot of money for it. Just to show. Can't really drink sugary beverages anymore. I have type 2 diabetes. Believe me, it's a bastard to deal with. Yeah, my older brother has type 2. And the changes he has made have been so great for him, to the point that he's he's made a lot of progress in the last few years. And so, but trust me, I know my fair share of people who struggle with diabetes, suffer from type 1 or type 2. And yeah, this is a lot of the walking actually is I can't quote the research right now, but getting your daily steps in every day can reduce cancers, plural, by up to 70%. So that is why, if every day isn't going to be about, doing a crazy workout, I should at least get the steps in. And today it's going to work out because I'm going to go play basketball in a little, get the high intensity stuff going. But definitely wanted to get that done first and foremost today. How long have we been going for? An hour and 50. Right on. I get it, man. Medication is one of the most demoralizing things you ever understand that you need, When I first got told that I was going to have to take Keppra, levetiracetam, or whatever it's called, it's for seizures, but it's also an antidepressant. When they told me that I was going to have to take that 4 pills every day for the rest of my life, I felt like less of like a functioning human being. Felt like I would always have to be in a doctor's office in case anything ever went wrong. And that is a very big reason I like to I'm trying to prioritize my health at this age. It's, I'm not a kid anymore. Might feel like it. I feel very young for, a lot of the stuff that I do, but I am not blessed with these young genetics anymore not young genetics, just a young body that can pretty much fight off anything you throw at it. So that's why I truly believe this is why my channel gives a very unique sense of health and fitness, because this is not what you would consider someone who is trying to lower their chances of disease older. You see people doing the intense stuff that I do early in the week, but you don't get to see this stuff where we chat, talk about our motivations. You see that person walking all the time on the treadmill at the gym, and you're like, man, don't they know they could grow their legs, or they could get their cardio much better if they just started jogging? Odds are they know what they're doing. I believe that a lot of the time. There's too many different programs and things to achieve in the gym for one person to have the goal, the plan for anyone. When I was in bodybuilder shape, I felt sick all the time. I felt like if I didn't eat, I was going to be lightheaded, and when I did eat, I just felt bloated. And that was the cycle. But I looked fantastic. So, worth it, right? No. You're supposed to feel good. That's when you look your best. And it should go without saying, that's when you feel your best. So, I've grown past the looks, what I aim to look like. I remember looking at pictures as a kid and being like, I'd like the V-taper abs, please. I'd like that V right here. Correct. goodness, that was a good pop. I know what we're doing today. We're doing the inversion table, and then we're gonna roll out our back. One of those nights. One of those nights you feel like getting down. Okay. Glasses off.
Yeah, I can understand that. Eating crap food is like one of the joys in life. To be real honest with you, like, hey, settle down. I love junk food. I had ice cream last night. I eat ice cream so many nights out of the week. I've probably had more ice cream on days out of the week than I haven't this year, if I'm being very honest. No. Back up.
Oh, my face is flushed. My whole upper body is flushed. Now, we will roll our back out. I have high hopes for this now. I've set everything up perfectly. Cardio, loosened everything up, engaged the core, laid upside down. Not gonna lie, I was hoping for a little more. I really was. Now I feel warmed up to go play basketball later. I'm feeling, como se dice, Alfredo Fantastici. Oh, of course, I put the remote on the Christmas tree, because duh, who wouldn't put it there? This is why you lose everything, CJ. Alright, friends. Sam, thanks for kicking it. Chow. Gauther, I almost called you Chowder. Gauther, thanks for kicking it also. We'll be live again tomorrow morning, doing probably the same thing, honestly. If I'm playing basketball today, I'll probably be pretty sore. So we'll just be walking tomorrow. And maybe by then I'll move the computer over a rung so that maybe we can watch videos or something. I don't know. I don't want to overcomplicate it. There's like 1 or 2 chatters each time too. So that being said, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow. And